10 minutes to go. Nine minutes to go. Eight minutes to go. Seven minutes to go. Six minutes to go. 5 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go. 1 minute to go. 30 seconds to go. 10 seconds to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up.
Out there, I just want to tell you that we have such an exciting show coming up on What's Good Warrensville. Today, Donald Jolly, Ray Freeman, Tony Payne take us through a beautiful tour through our new elementary school that used to be round the woods, been repurposed, and now it is totally awesome. And this video will show the immense size of this place. Trust me, you literally will not believe how awesome it is. So without further ado, I want to take it to my man, Matt Howard, as he will take over the show from here, take you through a tour through his ward, Ward 5. Take it away, Matt.
What's good, Warrensville? It's Councilman Matt Howard, City of Warrensville Heights, Council President, Ward 5. Welcome to Warrensville Heights. I will be your host today. I will be taking you on a tour of Ward 5. What's good, Warrensville? Here we go. The Marriott is essential to the Warrensville Heights community. We host our annual senior luncheon here, which is for about 500 people. They have a huge banquet room. We also do after proms. They have out-of-town concerts and family reunions. Marriott hosts a ton of events, and they're suited to host anything within the city. So we're gonna take a walk inside just so you can see the beautiful inside of this building. Come on with us. So we want to take our time to highlight some of our businesses in the community. And I wanted to start here with the Marriott because, as you can see, once we walk in here, they've totally remodeled the inside, the atrium of this building. It used to be like a solarium type deal where there was trees and they had like a water fountain out here in the middle, but you know, it was dated. It was about 15 to 20 years old, but now what we have now is just a business opportunity here. People come in here, you can sit down, you can network. Oh, gotta wear a mask everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, you gotta wear a mask now. So when we get in here, we can sit down, we can talk about what's going on. We're gonna take our mask off and relax and enjoy. But as you can see, we've totally updated everything it is that's going on over here. And they always welcome the city of Warrensville. Okay, so we got comfortable, took my mask off and sitting down here, talking to my man, Ron Woodson. So with the Marriott, we want to talk about some of these businesses that we have partnerships with in the city of Warrensville before we start getting into what exactly a councilman does. So first I want to send a good shout out to Chipotle, of course the Marriott, BW3s, Office Max, and also we got the bar back here behind us, the River City Grill. So we come up here from time to time to have our meetings. We sit down, we talk. It's an excellent meeting place. If you ever want to get out and about, if you're selling something on Facebook Live, on the marketplace, or eBay or something, you want a safe place, something like that, it's okay. They got cameras, you can meet here, they welcome you to come out. They got free Wi-Fi, all your business arrangements, but we just want to showcase and give a good shout out to everybody who supports us. This is, like I said, is a good meeting spot. Also Panera Bread over there, they welcome us as well. Anytime I pick up the phone and I need something, I can count on my partnership with some of these local businesses, especially up here in the Harvard Park area where we are right now. Why is this important? It's important because the community is about unity. It's not just about just the residents, but also the working class people and the people who come here and they shop here. They work here, they live here, they go to school here. It's a big partnership of everybody. Harvard Park hosts about 21 businesses, some big business, some small business. We have Office Max, we have Bed Bath & Beyond, we got Chipotle, we have Chick-fil-A, which is black owned, We got BW3s, which is always a good sponsor of the Ward 5 Christmas party. They always donate. We also have the shoe store over there. We got Five Below, which is always helpful. So anytime it is that you outside of the house and you want to shop and you want to try to reciprocate your money, come here. Come to Ward 5, come up here to Harvard Park. These people help us out. We do have a community benefits agreement with a lot of these businesses where they come out and they support our summer festival. They support, our community events. They donate food, they donate school supplies. These people are in conjunction and totally dedicated to the good people of Warrensville Heights. Nothing but woods. There was a lot of people coming in and out of here. It was a 2-lane road, 1 lane each way. And then you had the Tri-C across the street, but they used to fly model airplanes over here in this area. People used to come from all around Cleveland to come over here in this little area and fly the model airplanes. This land was untouched, it was undeveloped. There was a lot of deer. We had bear coming through here, all kind of stuff. But this is the very most northeastern edge of the city of Warrensville Heights. This is our largest business district in the city. And there's a lot of tax revenue that comes from out of here. For those of you who don't know, Warrensville has a very unique opportunity. See, what we got is that it's about 80-20 on the split as far as the residential taxes. So when we start talking about residential taxes, we're talking about school money. So whatever it is that we're doing, we got new schools going up right now, the businesses are fronting about 80% of the tax revenue, and the city, the residents, are fronting about 20%. But if you go to some of these other surrounding areas, Shaker, Orange, something like Pepper Pike, some of the other areas, it's the exact opposite. So we blessed to have what we have over here. This is the largest business district, and we're grateful for every one of these businesses that come through. Many of them are part of what we call a community benefits agreement, which means that they get certain tax incentives, they apply for it, but in return, they help us out. They help different functions it is that we got going on throughout the city, and they become sponsors of different events like our Summer Fest, which we'll talk about later. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna walk into Office Max real quick. I want you to check this out. Maybe we'll talk to a few people up in here. So come on with me. So now we're here at Office Max over in Harvard Park. Office Max is another one of our big time chains over here and one of our anchors. So annually, the city of Warrensville, through our youth committee, we get together, city council, and we appropriate funds to help identify needs within the community. We got things for senior citizens, we got things for different constituent groups, but the one that we're gonna focus on today is the youth committee. So with our youth committee, we met yesterday and we appropriated $500 to go towards the school supply drive that the city, our local city school district hosts annually. So we take $500, we come in here and we arrange a meeting with the manager. We go through, they hook us up, they give us a lot of discounts, show us what's on sale, what can we get, what's gonna be our biggest bang for our buck. And we grab about 4 or 5 different carts and we load them up full of school supplies. So come on, we're gonna take a walk. We're gonna look at some. So for those of you who had children, having notebooks, paper, pencils, erasers, scissors, hand sanitizer, what else? Napkins, tissues, things like that. It could get to being expensive, $1.29 a piece. So we try to help the needy families to say, you know what, going back to school shouldn't be a burden on nobody. So we come here, we partnership with some of our good partners in the community, and they help us out. As you can see, all this stuff, we get cases of it. And we distribute it to those in need for that first day of school. So you got all this stuff over here. You got everything that we about to walk past over here on the other side. And this is what we do annually. Pencils, erasers, sharpeners, crayons. Most of the kids that we deal with are elementary school kids. So a lot of crayons, a lot of pencils, glue sticks, all the little things it is that you remember. Some of y'all remember because we starting to get old and some of our kids are grown, but all these things that you think about, and it starts to bring back little memories of being in art class in 4th grade at Westwood, right? Come on, y'all. So as we're walking our way out, we're coming down the final aisle over here. We have to keep in mind that we are a community that has had some challenges over the years. And some of those challenges have been financial. A lot of times we get left behind. A lot of times we aren't making the big bucks. A lot of times we aren't filling the CEO positions and things like that. So sometimes things can be a burden. So we wind up taking a lot of the tax revenue it is that we collect, and we reciprocate it back into the community. We make sure that you're getting some of your money back and that you're getting the most bang for your buck. So that's what we do as council people. That's what we do as city leaders. We make sure that we fulfill the needs of the people. We are the liaison to you. We work for you, and we want to make sure that we're doing everything it is that you need us to do. So we back in the truck. We about to drive over here and look at some of the residential properties in Ward 5 so you can get to see how we living over here. What do we have to offer? So here we are, Clarkwood Estates, City of Warrensville Heights, within Warrensville Ward 5. This is what we refer to as the maze. I'm gonna start driving down the road as we're talking, but I want you to see that sign. It used to be old brick signs out there that, you know, it's kind of beat up, but it was original with the development. So back when they integrated Warrensville, you know, of course, when they built this, we couldn't live over here as brown people, but when they integrated it, these people that moved over here, that's like our parents' age or my parents' age and older, say about 70s, 80s, they was working, they was professional workers. They was working for Ford, Chevy, things like that, working a ton of overtime. Even back then, these were $100,000 houses. But now, you know, the economy dropped out, it's come back. The property values are starting to go back up over here in Ward 5, and we're starting to see an increase in the amount that these things are selling for. So right here behind me, this house here sold on the market last year for $195,000. This was the highest number value of a property that we had here for sale in the city in Ward 5. So go around here, some people got ponds and lakes in their backyard. I don't, but some of these people over here do. But we're gonna keep driving down this way, and I'm gonna tell you about a few people that do live over here, some names that you definitely recognize. So we coming up Marigold. We up here at the corner of Marigold and Donover, which is my street, but I just wanted, and it's like the heart of Clarkwood Estates. I just wanted to take you through here. Over here on the left, fellow classmate who passed away a few years ago, Dan Hall, that's his family's house. Moseying on down a little bit, we got staff that lives over here. Our former clerk of council, the former owner of Beethoven's, lives down here on Longleaf. Former mayor, rest in peace, Clinton Hall, we just passed his house. Your cool Councilman Howard, he lives down here on the right. Marsha Fudge got a house down here. That was her old house. Her parents not, her mom stays there now. Our old service department director lives right here. Eddie Guilford lives over here, the city electrician. We got a number of people that grew up and live over here that's got a very good appreciation for the city of Warrensville Heights. They call this place their home. They don't want to go nowhere. These property values are staying right where they need to be. They going up. You know, people can afford this. The taxes are reasonable. You know, the crime rate is low. And the neighbors are cool. You can wave at everybody. Everybody knows you. You know them. People are walking their dog. They jogging. It's just the perfect place to live. Doesn't cost too much. Doesn't cost too little. It's like right where we need it to be. Still a lot of professionals living over here. A lot of homeowners. We passing up on Brookton. They call this the maze because you will get lost up in here if you don't know what you're doing. We coming around here on Hillcroft now, going down Shermer Road, about to head over here to Green Road Park. Also over here in Ward 5, we are at Green Road Park, which sits right on the boundary of Ward 4 and Ward 5 on Green Road in Emory, just north of Emory. So with the park, I don't know if you can see it in the background or not, you probably can't, but just past the bathroom and the playground, we have another community center, which is our Civic and Senior Center. Our Civic and Senior Center hosts a multitude of events throughout the year. We have our annual Christmas parties there. We have our luncheon, some of our luncheons there. We have some of our community groups. They doing senior activities and events. So annually every year, I wanted to say this too, annually every year, Ward 5 hosts a Christmas party. We get about 160 to 170 people that show up. And really, it's just my way of coming back and telling everybody thank you for a year's worth of support. And next year, we're going to do it again. And the year after that, we're going to do it again. So we call it our annual. And we on our 5th annual Christmas party here in the city of Warrensville Heights, Ward 5. Mr. Anderson, Stanley Anderson, Ward 6, father of Tui and Don Anderson, he hosts another Christmas party up in there where, you know, he's getting roughly about the same amount of people, 160, 170 people every year. But we using local vendors. We using Fredericks. We using Dale's Catering. We using Dawn Hodge, DJ Dawn. And, you know, we try to make sure that we reciprocate those funds as well. So we want to use local businesses whenever we doing and hosting some of our community events here in the city of Warrensville. And that's what it's all about. In public service, we have to make sure that we acknowledge those in the community, and we have to make sure that we give a good shout out to those that who really care and the ones who's doing good things. Also in Ward 5, we host Corporate College over on Richmond Road. We got Heinens Corporation has their corporate office. We have University Hospital has a multitude of offices in 2 different buildings. The Maze, we were talking about the Maze a few minutes ago. The Maze hosts 680 homes. That's a development with 680 roughly ranch-style homes. We got a few split levels. We also have John Dewey. John Dewey is scheduled for demolition. Sorry to hear that, everybody who went to John Dewey. But it's scheduled for demolition coming up soon. We are in the process of having discussions to repurpose that lot. We don't know exactly what's going to happen yet or where we going, but we do know something is going to happen with John Dewey. Big shout out to Soul Deli. Got my man over there, Trent. He's cooking, making up the salmon patties, making up the salmon special. I call it the Howard special. If you get a chance, call up there. They got the bomb breakfast, everybody. So got to give a shout out to my man Hammond and my man Trent up there. It's going down up in Soul Deli. Get them a holler up there in the Family Dollar parking lot. Family Dollar used to be the old friendly drug. I played Muni League baseball, sat around. Some of y'all played for Metro 25. Some of y'all played for Nate Shell. And, you know, it was always friendly drug that was putting it down on everybody. So shout out to everybody who know what it is that I'm talking about in the community. I've been here a long time. I've been here for about, out of my 45 years, I've been here. I may have been gone for 9, but I came back and I bought a property. And I said I wanted to buy over on the other side. I came from the Westwood area, but I wanted to buy over here. And I wanted to buy over here because over here was pristine living. This was like where we thought all the rich kids lived and, you know, things like that. But we all the same. We all the same. Now we got newer developments. We got bigger developments going on. And we're going to be turning things over. We're going to be revitalizing the city of Warrensville. So everything is going to be bigger and better coming along. For y'all, remember the old Miles Drive-In? All high-end houses over there now. So things are changing, and we're making sure that we stand in the right direction. I just want to give a shout out to everybody in the Belfiore Estates. That's on the other side of Emory Road. That's also Warrensville, Ward 5, and the north side of McCann Street and part of Green Road, also Ward 5. And we have part of Walford as well. So we got about a corner, about 25% of Walford, and also represents Ward 5. So I started out as a union rep, and as a union rep, you got to know the needs of your workers. You need to care about people. You have to understand workers' rights. You have to make sure that you're fighting for the right cause. Good wages, that way you live in a good community, you got good schools, things it is that people care about, good working conditions, stuff like that. So I started, one of my business managers came to me and asked me, said, well, why don't you ever think about getting into politics? I said, nah, man, I'm not a politician. That's not really my thing. He was like, well, I just need you to start going to some of these city council meetings and just kind of start paying attention to see what's going on inside of your community. And I said, yeah, no problem. I can do that. I know some of the people around there or whatever is, I'm glad, that you reached out to me and asked me to do that. And I'm sure that they will welcome me to come out and hear and see what's going on and give some of my input. One thing led to another. Chantel Brown ran for another seat. Her seat became available. Some people started getting in my ear, asking me and saying, hey, did you ever think of doing this? And I'm like, nah, that's not really me. But in the back of my mind, I was like, yeah, I want to do this. But I just didn't know how. But really, all it really takes is to care about people. So sometimes in public service, when we work in, and a lot of my other elected officials can relate to this, sometimes it can feel like a very thankless job. But let's be real. We don't do it for the thanks. We don't do it to say, look at me, look at me, look at me, I, me. It's all about we. It's all about building a community. It's all about what we can do for each other, not what I can do for you or what you can do for me, but what can we do for each other? How can we raise our standard of living around here? So one important thing it is that I gotta say, you'll see me carrying this booklet with me. I keep a book with me. Why? Because I write down everything. When I talk to you, I write it down. I come back to it later. I check it off. I make sure that I did exactly what it is that you asked me for, or I made a phone call. Sometimes it might take a week. Sometimes it might take a month. Sometimes it may take 2 months for me to get an answer for you, but I'm gonna make sure I get an answer. Why did it take long? Because I wanted to make sure that I had the right information before I called you back. That's what being in public service is all about, making sure that you take the time and the effort to get people answers. They just want to know that you care. They just want to know that they can reach out, they can call, and they can talk to somebody, and that you're going to listen, and that you're going to be receptive to what it is that they're asking you about. This is Matt Howard, Ward 5, City Council President, Warrensville Heights. I just wanted to say before we wrap things up, I just want to give a big shout out to my brother Ron Woodson, class of 81, for putting this thing together. I'm so appreciative to see, an alumni come forward and start, promoting the positive things within our community. A lot of times we see a lot of bad stuff, or we get some negative publicity and things like that, but it's good to see a good positive show, good positive feedback. I've watched some of your episodes it is that you had on your Facebook channel, and you're doing good things, Ron. So as we wrap these things up, wrap this show up today, I just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in and giving me an opportunity to show off my ward. And I want to challenge all of my council members to reach out to Ron Woodson and give them a What's Good Warrensville happening in their ward. And all of my elected officials in the city of Warrensville, in the Tri-City area, Warrensville, Highland Hills, and North Randall. Come on out and show some love, showcase your area, talk about what's good and what's happening in your community. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I appreciate you. Class of 94, Warrensville.
Hey, this is Eric. What's up, Warrensville? From Chardon, Ohio.
What's up, Warrensville? My name is Suvan Patel. Shout out to you guys. You guys are the best.
I'm Nate. I'm from Mentor, Ohio. What's good, Warrensville?
What's good, Warrensville? Ryan Swift here, Athletic Director of Warrensville Heights City School District. Also 2001 graduate, 2001 state runner-up. Here just checking in with you, seeing what's going on through all this craziness right now. Shout out to my man Ryan right here, just came up, stopped by to see me, you know what I mean? All this stuff going on. I wish everyone safety, health, make sure you stay in touch. I got the Warrensville mask. They out of stock right now, but in a few weeks, I'll post it up. Make sure y'all lock in, get your Tiger mask. Make sure you stay representing. Go Tigers.
Yeah, that's it. It rained here so bad I couldn't see the building from my office there. That's how bad it came down.
Nah, we didn't catch it, man.
It came down for about 40 minutes.
So the pre-K is the first floor is pre-K to 1. So that's what we're about to see now. And we're on our way down the hallway.
Tigers, this is the color scheme in different grade levels will have different, you'll see different colors in paint schemes.
That'll be the future playground.
What team do you play on? What team?
Playing for a team called Warrensville. They're based in Western Reserve.
So how long have you worked with them, son?
Oh, I've worked with him ever since he's been there. I was there before he got there.
Is that right? He's been there over 5 years now.
Yes, sir.
Ron, how long you been in 9?
No, sir. I actually been there 6.
6 years?
Yes, sir.
Well, I just got
And what we have here, this will be the future elevator.
It'll be the future elevator.
Future elevator. You can see it's being installed now. So far they have a platform only.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
We're on the first floor.
All right, we'll start at the front round. I gotta be careful out there.
Yeah, they just threw that concrete around the yard.
Watch your step.
Yes, sir.
Well, this is the front of the building. You want to take a step back and take a look at it. It's a 2-story building. See the blue and gold around the window. It's one of the unique designs. You don't really see a school that look like this in this area, especially with the panels and things like that. So this is where where the kids, our parent drop-off area. So there'll be a driveway around here. As you can see, it's a circular driveway around in front of the school. The school faces Northfield. So you see Northfield Road, where the old store at. We bought the old store, tore the old store down and made it into a pasture. So as you can see, this is the front of the building. Go in, check it out.
This will be our security, actual space for the security. All of the cameras and all of our security guards, this will be their station.
We headed into the first grade. This is where our first graders will be. There's 6 classrooms in this area for our 6 first grade classes. As you can see how the construction is going up. This is how it looks. This is how all our cars looked initially when they first started.
Excellent.
Still in the first grade area. We're coming out the corridor that's leading to the gymnasium. We'll make a left here. This is one of the mechanical rooms. There will be 6 mechanical units in the building, air handling units, providing hot water, heating and cooling to the room.
This is our media center. You really can't, it's not drywall yet, but this is the media center. And it leads to our courtyard. We got a conference room right here. This is the conference room, and then we got a great little courtyard office. Computer room right there. Nice courtyard. It'll be artificial turf on the ground here. So they'll be putting the turf in relatively soon. There'll be tables and chairs out here for the students to come out here. An outdoor learning place, protected by the building. Almost done?
Almost done.
This is an art room. This is our primary art room. And then we got here, this room will be our STEM room. So there'll be a STEM room, there'll be a room where kids will be able to be innovative and creative. They'll have 3D printers, all type of other materials for students to do, to create whatever they want.
Clear.
This is the gymnasium. We're finishing up the finished gymnasium.
This is not an elementary gym. This is almost a high school size gym. We learned our lesson when we had the flood 2 years ago. So we wanted to make sure we had a facility that if anything happened to our high school gym, that we were able to continue to play sports. We spent a whole year on the road playing every game away. So now we have this gym where we can actually play a high school game here. Volleyball, it's 2 full courts. I mean, you see we got 2 full courts that's going sideways. We got the main court. Again, you probably see an elementary school, a pre-K 5 with a gym like this. To the cafeteria. Yeah, so we enter into the cafeteria, the dining area, which is connected to the gym. So right here, it's not here, but we have a removable wall that will be here. So this mall, if we have big events, we can open this wall up and everybody can see right into the cafeteria. Notice our color schemes is all blue and gold in all these areas, all common areas. You can see full stage. You come back in about 2 months, we have the menu boards outside of the cafeteria. Go to the serving line. We expect to have plays and other events on this big, nice stage.
This will be the serving line for the cafeteria. You've got 2 sides to it. And here is the food prep area. Back there, there's a freezer, large walk-in freezer and refrigerator. Ray, when's the last time?
Ray, how many square feet is this?
This is 118,000 square foot.
118,000 square feet. Jeez.
And our
How are you going to provide Wi-Fi for all this area, sir?
We worked with our district communication and working with Infinity and Cold John and AKA. We have the actual places that we will have placed in this building for Wi-Fi. But we should be fine.
Bathrooms. Boys' bathroom.
This is the boys' bathroom in lime green. This is the boys. This is the bathroom for the little girls. And it's a different paint scheme. The girls are purple and the boys are lime green. And they'll have partitions up here to give them some privacy.
Warrensville, we got the Tiger Shop. This is where we'll sell Tiger paraphernalia, school supplies for our students. This is the Tiger Shop at our next school. And then here we have our parent room. We love our parents so much that we created a room for our parents. So this is our parent room. Down here, we got 2 important rooms we want to share. Yeah. This is our laundry room. So we have a community laundry room. So we'll have washers and dryers in there for students or community members who need to use washers and dryers, you know, on a select basis, but it'll be available. And then adjacent to that, we have this is our multi-purpose room. And then this room will be available for meetings and various different things, but also for our students and when we have people come in and do our site checks, our dental checks and so forth. So now to the classrooms. To finished classrooms, right, Tom?
Absolutely. Wow. This is our large mechanical room. We have the boilers, air handling unit, and the hot water tanks that will supply the hot water for the whole building. And these are the pumps that pump chilled water and hot water. And it goes to the mechanical rooms. And from the mechanical rooms, the air handling units pump or blows the air, whether as it's needed, whether it's warm air or chilled air, and that will keep the comfort level.
This is where our pre-kindergarten students will be located. All of our learning spaces have something called extended learning areas, where they have a presentation stage, where they have a projector, and then they're all bordered by 6 classrooms. As you can see, the lockers will be out here, you see the cubbies and things, and we'll be out here. Let's go into a classroom, Warrensville. Yeah, I'm just playing. Well, here's our pre-K class.
Another color scheme.
In our pre-K classrooms, as you can see, how they're setting them up, got our cabinets in place. Have bathrooms in them, so you can see there's a bathroom.
And all of our classrooms will have a sink, as you see right here.
And then also these classrooms, so there's a series of 2 classrooms per pod that has a removable wall. So this removable wall will allow our teachers to collaborate with the students. And as you can see, these classrooms are very large, which in today's world allows for social distancing and other things. I want you to look at the, when people ask, is this state of the art? Take a look at our light fixture, which is the LCD light fixture. We turn the lights on just like this. We can dim them, turn them up. Phenomenal. State of the art.
Do you have any energy saving features in this building?
I think, yeah, that's
Probably be within that.
Talk about that.
He'll know more about it.
Talk about that, Mr. Payne.
Well, it also picks up whether or not the occupancy. If the room's not occupied and then the lights will go off, it'll sense that there's occupancy and therefore it'll keep the lights on as long as the room is occupied. Once the room is no longer occupied, you don't have to worry about the custodians running around trying to turn off the lights. So that itself is a very energy savings there. You can see the pre-K and the kindergartens are the only ones that have the bathrooms, and each pod will share a bathroom. So here's the bathroom, and it's going to be shared by this room and the next room.
And this one does not have a removable wall, so these are the 2 without them. So one inside of here, when we go outside, we'll show you where the pre-K and kindergarten playground will be. So this is like the storefront, which looks out into the pre-K playground, which is, you go down here and take a look at it. It's not here yet, but it will be here. And then we'll have a fence back there also to enclose it. So, pre-K playground back there.
And this is, you say, the kindergarten?
This is kindergarten. Go ahead. This is the mirror image you see. See our stage area. Get through here, the classrooms, bathrooms. And these are in the back instead of in the front.
So this is what 118 square feet looks like, huh?
This is more like, this is 118,000 square feet.
1,800, oh yeah. Phew.
118,000.
Good Lord. This is a massive place.
And we're only really seeing one floor.
Yeah, we're going upstairs.
We've only seen one floor? Jeez.
Been up those steps yet. So you gotta think we put in Westwood, Eastwood, and John Dewey all in one school. Area. This is the office area, sir. Wall. Mr. Wall. Principal office is here. We're not done with the principal office. The first floor principal office. We got two principals.
You have a principal on each floor, sir?
Yeah, we got two principals.
Wow.
Because the building's so big, and we got 3 schools coming into one. Our success is built upon small numbers with our students. So basically what you just seen is John Dewey. The first floor is John Dewey. Second floor is Eastwood and Westwood. Going up the stairs, Westwood, Eastwood. So now we was considered the second floor, which would be for all the alumni. Westwood and Eastwood is up here. So this is the office. You can see our consistent color scheme in our common areas is all blue and gold. This office is smaller though. Bathroom. We got the principal's office, guidance counselor, conference room, prayer. Yes. Welcome.
This will be
basically the 4th and 5th grade. Right?
4th and 5th grade?
Right, it's 12 classrooms around. 12. We got 12 classrooms.
12 classrooms.
All around here. 4th grade is in the front, 5th grade is in the back. On the soda, 5th grade going to the front. Around the corner. We got bathrooms in here too. These students will be able to have windows, beautiful sight also. Yeah, this is
Air handling unit supplies air for a certain zone. So this air handling unit, as I said before, from the mechanical room that pumps water, hot water and chilled water through these air handling units, and then it blows the air across, almost like a radiator in your car. And whether it calls warm air or chilled air, and that's what's handled by the air handling units. As I said before, there are 6 of these air handling units throughout the building.
to handle certain zones. Fifth grade. So you see our class size almost double. Beautiful big rooms. So put the ceiling in. Sometimes they probably just depend on this one.
So we're headed over to the 2nd and 3rd grade, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Our intermediate art room right here. Right by the elevator. We also have a kiln in here too. So the kids will be able to do pottery. Which is located in here. We have a kiln in here. You see the smokestack in there. Kids will be able to do.
This is the 2nd grade, sir?
2nd grade, yeah.
Wow.
So as you can see, like Mr. Freeman said, everyone got different color scheme, but everybody got commonalities. Performing area, common area, 6 classrooms, 4 removable doors. So if whatever grade you in, you inside your pod. I mean, the Randallwood concept is still here. It's still here. It's just 21st century Randallwood. That's all. We didn't forget our history, our roots.
Why is it important to remember our history and our roots?
If you don't, you're doomed to repeat the past, the negatives of the past. So in our journey, we want to make sure that we remember the past, our students remember the past, and that we're able to build on the past, not repeat the past. So this is a culmination of the past and the future all combined in one. So those of us that went to Randallwood can come in here and see, can feel Randallwood, but it's 21st century, it's the latest. And that's our goal, to stay in front and not be in the back.
Let me ask you guys a question real quick, both of you guys on camera. So let me ask you guys, how did you come up with this vision for this? How did you collaborate? How did you do that?
And I was God. I can't say it was us. I mean, it was just a perfect storm of having like-minded people at the table. You know, Mayor Brad Sellers was at the table. When I first got appointed, the state came to our district. Ray had just got appointed to the board, and the state asked us, were we interested in building new schools? At the time, the board said, yeah. So at that point, they understood the need to build a new school. No one knew how we was gonna pay for it, but then by the grace of God, again, things just fell in place. So the vision, I think, has been there for a while. People have talked about it, but I think this group was the first one who was able to put it together and execute it and make it happen.
Also, I'd like to say kudos to the Superintendent Donald Jolly. When I first got appointed in June 25th, 2015, and then when they hired this great superintendent, and he took office in June 1st, 2015, October, we received an actual indication from the Ohio Facilities Construction Commission that we were on the list to actually have the opportunity to build a new school. Superintendent Jolly took that, he brought it to the board at the time. It was older board members, but with myself, June Taylor, Mary Pat Morris, Harold Burks, Mimi Gator, we decided to look at it and we said, yes, let's do it. Superintendent Jolly did his history. We have actually bypassed probably, was it about 4? Oh, 8 times. 8 times to have the opportunity to build a school. So when that came to us in October, and Mr. Jolly came to that board at the time, we decided to say yes, we wanted to move forward with building new facilities in Warrensville Heights, Ohio. So like you said, with the grace of God, and this vision took place with a lot of partners, and I want to say Dr. Frank Locker in Connecticut. He came up with the educational models, and sometimes in working with Mr. Jolly and his staff, we came up with the color scheme. We came up on how many actual classrooms Mr. Jolly needs for certain grade levels. But it's a combination of a lot of stuff that put into it, and a lot of people helped on this project. But I just can't wait to get it done. Me and Superintendent Jolly have been doing this for 5 years now, and we've walked these buildings. We know what the plans look like. So it's just going to be a great day for our children of all 3 cities, actually, North Randall and Highland Hills and Warrensville Heights, when this building opens up.
I'd like to add though, because in my travels and journey to get here, I worked in different school districts and saw different things. And in my analysis coming in, this board had us do a study of the district when I first came in. And it was glaring that these buildings were antiquated and old. So it was time for new buildings. Our buildings' average age was over 60 years old, which in the 21st century are not conducive to learning, with the latest technology and so forth. We didn't even have air conditioning in Eastwood, Westwood, and John Dewey. So people were expecting great outcomes, but we were living in the buildings of the 50s. So I think it was time, and with God's grace, with time, everything came into play. But by no means were our buildings sufficient. The state looked at all our buildings and said every last one of them should have been torn down. We looked at renovating them, but they told us it would cost more to renovate them than to build them. So at that point, sometimes the call is bigger than what you see at that time, and then everything just worked together.
This area is for our special education students because there's no child left behind, and every child is included in a new design, a new division for everybody. So just remember that we care about each and every one of the young people that are in this city who have a chance to occupy this space. So this is the third grade. Again, I can see the common themes, common area, staging area. It is equal for everyone. It is equal. Nobody gets anything better than someone else. Everybody gets really good, but it's all special just for them. It's pretty awesome. And this, oh yes, it is bright. Bright and beautiful. Wow.
I want to show you the view out of this room over here.
Okay.
Overlooks the parking lot. Overlooks our parking lot, but then you also can see our new basketball courts that's going on. Because we replaced the traditional round-the-wheel courts. You see they located where the old library is. 4 full courts.
Wow.
They're about to pour that pretty soon, aren't they? 4 floors. So again, Randallwood was the place everybody played basketball. They had it in the back, and they moved it over there. We put it in the front. So come down the street, you'll see the 4 courts also.
Principal Jolly, I hear there's plans for a new high school. Is that true?
Yes, we're in the process of breaking ground for the new high school, which would be double the size of this. It would be over 232,000 square feet.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it's coming. It's coming.
Wow.
38,000 square feet. Wow.
That takes the place of one of those air handlers. It's all temporary. So we had to do that so that we could continue with our installation and we're not being held up. Schedule is everything in this business. So we want to make sure that we're maintaining our schedule for our completion date. It's always the same.
Let me tell you something. As an African American too, I am extremely proud of the fact that that you are part of the decision-making team in putting this whole thing together.
Well, thank you. I've been doing this for some time now, so this is my passion. I build stuff. These are the chillers. Usually you see chillers located on the top of the building. We have a chiller yard. This is what provides the chilled water that runs through the pipes that we saw in the mechanical room that goes through the air handling units. Once that goes across, the air blows across chilled water through the coils that provides the chilled air, pretty much air conditioning in all the rooms.
Wow.
So here are the chillers, and over here is the emergency generator in case there's a power failure. They've got what's called an automatic transfer switch. The power goes off in the building. The automatic transfer switch automatically turns that generator on, and that generator will supply electricity for a period of time until they can get the power back on. So there will never be without power in the building.
Yeah, we have a program called the ACE program at the high school, and those students were, actually some of them were hired over here to work. Initially, Tony worked with them.
Yes, I was mentoring the students, and the students that were here were interested in engineering, construction management, and so therefore they got a hands-on. We let them follow the trades that were here in the beginning, which was the concrete guys and also the plumber and some of the electrical people. So they were when they were putting in the skeleton of the building, we call it, which is all underground stuff. So they saw it come up, and then by that time it was time for them to go off to college, and so they have an idea of what it takes to start building a building.
I do want to add on the back of the building right there. If you just look at the building, it will say Home of the Tigers. When you ride down Clarkwood, you'll see a Home of the Tigers. I think 2 feet letters will be on the back. So that should be coming on the left corner. When you hit this street, you'll see it, Home of the Tigers. Everybody come through here can see it. As we walk to the basketball court, we repositioned the basketball courts. One of the things when we tore Randallwood down, we knew how important the basketball courts were to the community. All of us had played in the basketball courts when they were behind the school, and then when they moved them over behind the library, we all played. So here's our new Legends basketball court, 4 full courts. As you can see, it's going to be great. It's huge. Community courts, 12. Those fences 12 feet high. Yeah. 12 feet high.
So maybe we won't have to run and get the ball so much.
No, the ball ain't brought into the streets. No. Nope. Legends court. We're going to name it something. I don't know what we're going to name it. But we're going to have a committee to dedicate different parts of the building.
I know Ray could remember the days we played at Reggie Joffrion's house and having to go to the neighbor's house who wasn't very hospitable to us getting the ball over at their house. So absolutely.
So with this, Ryan, it gives all 3 communities a place that the children could come and play. Like Superintendent Jolly said, it always was Randallwood, but now this is just the new middle school that they can come here and play. It will be locked up at certain times, and it will be monitored by Warrensville Heights Police, but it does give the children a place to come and play. So.
And it's going to have lights.
Right.
So it will be lights. You can see the light fixtures are already
And
in
security
place.
cameras.
And security cameras. So for everybody to come up here and play, we'll be watching the whole time. Yep. What's good, Warrensville?
Hey Tiger fans, hey City of Warrensville Heights. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed today's show because it was a pleasure to bring it to you. I just want you to know that it is so important to show the love we have for each other by the works that we do. I want to put out there to any and everybody who wants to be a part of something positive, who has an idea for the show, something that we should cover, please, by all means, let me know. Let me know by going to What's Good Warrensville, putting in an inbox to me. Let me know how you feel, what you think. Is there a teacher I should interview? Are there teachers out there who want to be interviewed? Are there business people who want to be interviewed in this wonderful city of Warrensville Heights? Let me know if there's something worthy of being put out there and highlighted that is moving forward to be a progression in this city. So I thank you for your time, for checking out the show. Please leave a like, please subscribe to my page, follow my page. This is Ron Woodson humbly saying thank you to Donald Jolly, to Ray Freeman, Mr. Tony Payne for that beautiful tour. Thank you for Mr. Matt Howard, our councilman in Ward 5, who gave us a beautiful insight as to how this city is run and what public servants do for us. I'm so thankful, everybody. I appreciate you. I love you. This is Ron Woodson. Tigers out.